Donc effectivement.
Thank you indeed. Today we published the report on the implementation of the directive on air pollution. And as you've seen, unfortunately, the situation isn't brilliant at the moment. We have set up a framework in order to help member states to come to a situation where we don't have air pollution problems anymore. And in order to do that, back in 2016, we agreed upon a directive on national emission reductions. And through this directive, member states have an obligation to implement their national plans, which cover all sectors. The aim there is to come up with a situation where you have reduced air pollution as much as possible. And we've also described certain objectives for 2030 so that we can achieve a 50% reduction goal by then. Looking at the main problems now, this is certainly something which is linked to different kinds of pollution, yes. We published our general report, and we also published the consultants' report with the analysis carried out by each member state. And here we have references to sectors where the most effort is needed. One of them is agriculture. That's ammonia emissions. And this is very closely linked to the farm to fork strategy which we adopted in May. And that strategy does refer to reductions in the use of fertilizers and other chemical products in the farming sector. Looking at member states more specifically now, we have a number of cases of infringements. There are 31 cases which are underway on air pollution. Well, there are 31 cases covering a number of member states. But I can send you this data later. So basically, the overall picture is that we have introduced the goals. Then in the member states, a majority of member states have complied with their national plans, have drawn up their national plans, but our analysis shows that a great deal of work still has to be done. This is very important in the context of the Green Deal. As I said before, we have a strategy for agriculture. We want farming to be more sustainable, and that should achieve a positive outcome on air pollution. In 2021, we're going to come along with a zero pollution plan for everything, not just for air, but also for water and soil. So this is work which is currently underway, and that's why we drew up this report. We wanted to draw attention to what still has to be done by the member states. Thank you very much. Well, Marine, I would like to invite you to read the report and the annexes, as mentioned by Vivian, so that you can have more information, especially country by country. So I think that's a good summary of the main points.